Themis Legal Academy.
Narration.
When news spread that Mr. Wright had gotten his attorney's badge back.
Whoa there, game. Maybe the actual order had us defend Shamu first rather than saving that for paid DLC, which, by the way, isn't an issue in the 2024 remaster. Phoenix having his badge back wouldn't have felt so quick.
Mr. Wright brought us along, hoping we'd learn something from the experience. But no, I had to go and blow it by getting here 30 minutes late.
Maybe it wouldn't have been an issue if you guys just went together.
This must be the lecture hall. Wow, they spent some serious money on this place.
I'd say they may have been a bit off when it comes to the technology in these rooms, but now that 2027 is inching closer and closer, I'm starting to think maybe it's not that far off. In the original release on 3DS, Mead still held his staff in this scene, even though it was still stuck in his victim at that time. All future releases took out the staff just for this scene, but now it looks awkward because of his hand being constantly curled in a fist and his left arm at a 90-degree angle. People don't usually have their arm in that position when they're just talking to someone and not holding a staff or cane or whatever in that hand. Oh, ew! I bet in the 2D Ace Attorney game they'd have to try to make the smile look bad because in 3D, it doesn't feel intentional. Right, the pamphlet. Whatever happened to that?
You won't be seeing it again. Tracy used it for the old rip it up and restore it trick. Unfortunately, it didn't work as advertised.
Maybe Trucy needs to not do her magic tricks on important things.
A training seminar? For lawyers? What exactly does that involve?
Why, it involves the very skills that make a lawyer a lawyer. The arm angle when shouting objection, the proper way to strike the podium.
Wait, those are all part of a lawyer's training in the Ace Attorney universe? I thought that was just for dramatic flair. It's almost like Ace Attorney become a parody of itself. So, if the student studying to be a lawyer wins, they get to take my training seminar. But what if the other student wins? I'm not a prosecutor, so...
There's no cause for alarm. We have a famous prosecutor ready for just such a case.
I'm sure this sort of thing incentivizes putting forth your best ability, whether you're trained to be a defense or prosecuting attorney, but I feel like the training seminar should still go ahead for each lawyer and prosecutor regardless of the outcome of the mock trial. I'll tell you what, Apollo, why don't you take my place? What's that? Phoenix is actually doing something nice for Apollo? Other than the humanity of the decision, is it really that important for Apollo to be the one watching the mock trial instead of Phoenix? Does it make a huge difference?
We should start by studying the body. I wonder what's the best angle for this.
Oh, really? I have to be at the correct angle?
I guess I really do have to examine the body.
Oh, stop it. A coroner has it a lot worse. Yet the victim's body is cold and rigor mortis has already started to dissipate. No, I'm pretty sure the muscles are still stiff. After all, it hadn't been 24 hours since the murder just yet. What do we have here? A book? I'm guessing it fell out of her chest pocket.
Wait, what if it's her diary? That's the most private thing a girl has!
Women. Nice work, Athena. Your face only turned 5 shades of pale. I was expecting 50. Maybe then I could have written a whole novel about it.
She's really changed. She used to be kind of sickly and shy.
Yeah, not sure how much of that changed.
A judge must always seek the truth. That was her mantra, and she used it in trying to fix what was wrong with her school. She was a beacon of hope in this dark age of the law.
What's wrong with your school? What did you mean by that?
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
Is Juniper staying silent because she was a snitch for court?
Why do you need a script at a showdown between a lawyer and a prosecutor?
Probably because in order to deliberate a fictional case, you need a fictional case to deliberate. What other reason could there be?
Must have been a big pain in the... that must have been really difficult.
You see, I almost said a no-no word in a T-rated game that was originally rated M in respect toward recent events. I've read online there were some people that actually figured out Robin's true gender just by looking at the character. I was not one of those people. I just chalked it up to Ace Attorney having had a history of giving the characters interesting designs. I mean, even if Robin Newman really was a male student, that brace could not have been easy to wear.
Hugh, Robin, aren't you going to introduce yourselves to our guests? As student council president, I won't have you treating them rudely.
That hasn't happened so far. They were just complimenting your other talents besides just script writing. Nothing rude about that. Hugh may have said you've got another thing coming, but I could just chalk that up to him having his own way with words.
I heard Mr. Wright was bringing a couple of guests with him. That would be you two, Apollo Justice and Athena Sykes.
Phoenix even gave the courtesies of providing names for the guests he's bringing? Wow, that sort of courtesy is rare these days. Maybe rare's not the right word.
I'm studying to be a prosecutor, like the really cool kind that nails the bad guys. No! Where's your sincerity?
Sincerity is in the future, thanks to foreshadowing. Man, doesn't that outfit look familiar.
I have this friend, he and I go way back, who got me really interested in space.
Wait, you had friends when you were young? Color me surprised.
Oof, sick burn, brah. Sis.
But I bet the defense wasn't doing too badly either, right?
You were watching the mock trial, dude. Why don't you tell me how the defense was doing?
Aha! So you're the lawyers the dispatch said were first on scene.
Well, one of them at least.
Hold it! Hold it!
You just said that, breaking the 180-degree rule.
I won't have this case left in the hands of rank amateurs.
Then show me your attorney's badge, you snarky little...
But without the script or any props, it's kinda hard to explain.
Perhaps I could help. Hair forehead.
Well, isn't that a familiar face? If only he's just barely useful in this game and only appears in this one episode. Also, he's still calling Apollo Air Forehead, which he started off using as an insult, and now it's just a general nickname. Since Clavier and Apollo actually have respect for each other, even before we completed Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, I really don't think Clavier should be saying Air Forehead anymore. Anyone else annoyed by the finger snap sound effects while Clavier does this animation? Because I am.
Never heard of your band. Then again, I was out of the country till only recently. But, can I get your autograph?
You just met him like 3 seconds ago and you want his autograph?
Girls.
I'm here for the same reason as your boss. To give a lecture and a training seminar.
So he's the famous prosecutor they invited.
How famous is Clavier exactly? Certainly not Miles Edgeworth levels of famous. Then again, no one could really get that close. Also, why didn't Robin's parents just let her be a her? Teenage girls would have loved the idea of this hunk being their prosecuting tutor.
So Constance Court was your professor here at the academy?
She may have taught the judge course, but she had a huge impact on me.
So not exactly your professor because she taught a different course, but just one that made a big influence on how you think, right? You know, we didn't really go anywhere. No need to show this again.
So remember, each time I catch you slacking off, I'm holding you in contempt of court.
In other words, only one chance to take the whole thing seriously.
Oh me, oh my. I'm innocent. Innocent, I tell you.
That's some seriously bad acting, Fraulein.
No one said she had to read the line quite like that. You're a student put on trial, not a thespian on a Shakespearean stage.
Mr. Newman was surprised by what Prof. Court was wearing. He reacted with, oh, the green sweatsuit.
I know it's because of what Robin remembered reading from the script, but if Robin wanted to keep it under wraps, just say nothing.
Let's see here. When I arrived at our meeting place, I found the professor with an arrow in her stomach. But it wasn't me! I didn't kill her!
You don't have to ham it up like that, Athena.
Hey, that's what I'm saying!
A frail co-ed used her bare hands to stab her professor with an arrow? I don't think so. At the time of the murder, a male student was seen holding a bow in the archery club room, which has a clear view of the quad. He shoved the arrow into the victim before my client even got there.
Ah, nein, Herr Forehead, that Feinswagger does not suit you in the least.
That didn't really sound much different from how Apollo would present his arguments in court.
Objection!
Whoa, new Clavier voice. Wasn't ready for that. Why not just stay behind the podiums until the mock trial was all wrapped up? I don't know, this just doesn't feel right.
Besides, it's about time to get back to my investigation.
Investigation? But you're not in charge of this case.
We must prove her innocence by any means necessary. The end justifies the means.
Every time he repeats that moniker, which trust me is a lot, I'll sin it. And it has to be Aristotle Means in particular that says this.
I didn't want to say anything, but Apollo and I already agreed to take her case.
What do you mean you didn't want to say anything? Isn't that why you came out into this hall to tell Phoenix about it? The dark age of the law. I'm sure you've heard those words before.
Sure, a number of times.
Apollo Justice slacked on its concept of Dark Age of the Law, so Dual Destinies decided, let's shove that crap at the gamer's face! And even then, it just feels like a normal Ace Attorney game.
Whoa! You scared the crud out of me!
I scared the crud out of you!
I'm working out so that I can become strong enough to save Juniper.
Working out? What does that mean? You're playing to save Juniper not in court, but with physical violence against authority figures? Engaged in hand-to-hand combat? Good luck.
You want to know about me? I'm a second-rate member of the Fine Arts Club!
The Fine Arts Club? Looks like broken pottery or plaster. Maybe this is the source of the noise we heard.
There were supposedly 2 statues on this stage. I seem to recall hearing that a co-ed from the Fine Art Club had made them. First off, a separate sin for this unnecessary flashback. Second, is it fine arts or fine art? Pick one. Pick one!
But no! That stupid school rule had to ruin it!
School rule? Which one?
Anyone with a prior conviction, no matter how minor the offense, they won't be allowed to graduate from this stupid holier-than-thou school!
A stupid school rule? Sounds pretty fair to me, mostly.
There's someone or something inside.
Don't let it be a snake!
Re-intro Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies to bring you Metal Gear Solid. The cardboard box just started sweating. Ew.
But you're right, it's me. So tell me everything you know for Juniper's sake.
Wait a second, Miriam. Repeat what you just said.
Just have the bracelet thump right there. No need to have this witness for the prosecution repeat herself just for the bracelet.
This article is full of malicious lies about Junie. It's definitely not something a true friend of hers would write.
You've got it all wrong. Another staff member wrote that one.
You'd think she'd be more careful with what she reveals, and once caught in a lie, she'd be extra careful when it comes to shifting blame.
Heh, whatever. I'm 6'1", and under this uniform, I'm 100% lean muscle. My grades are outstanding, and I'm the ace of the archery club. Needless to say, I never miss my mark. Oh, and I'm incredibly humble, too.
How can he even say that with a straight face?
Athena Sykes would be amazing at CinemaSins.
You see, right before the mock trial started, I saw the body.
Objection! Is such thing even possible if that loud crash only happened about 30 minutes after the mock trial started? What could have caused that loud crash?
Ugh, like butterflies have butterflies in their stomach.
Idiom cannibalism.
So, what's it like to have your very own case for the first time?
Considering it's my best friend that's being accused of murder, it reminds me so much of the boss's first case. I'm just as nervous as he was back then.
So my fears weren't unfounded. After all, today's prosecutor is so terribly brutal and willing to use any means necessary to win a conviction.
Except for illegal means, which is what you're about. Courtroom number 4 again. You know what I think? It's no coincidence at all that it's always number 4 that's used for the trials in this game.
I know. As usual, you want me to deliver the opening statement. Ah!
This case is crystal clear. I see no need to explicate it any further. Now, summon the witness.
This time, no opening statement? Not even from the judge? Ah, yes, the all. The only reason it's even put in the court record is as a false lead on the murder weapon.
Eek!
Thanks for the useless autopsy report. And the hawk jump scare.
A recording made by a tape recorder that a school paper reporter hid in the art room. It captured a female voice screaming, "You're a goner!"
To think we'd hear the sound of a murder suspect threatening her victim.
That leaves the defendant Juniper Woods as the only possibility.
No!
No. Also, come on, Athena, you saw this coming.
Smile, Your Honor.
What the dickens? I've just had my picture taken.
Yeah, you did. Now you're gonna have that camera confiscated? Photographic equipment is strictly prohibited in the courtroom.
Might I ask whether you can come out of that box?
How will I get any more scoops if I blow my cover?
You're already at court testifying. I don't think you have anything to worry about.
A former ninja I met in the clink said that exposing those who work in the shadows is to pass the death sentence upon them.
Oh my! I had never thought of it that way. Very well, if it would spare a life, I'll make a special exception this time.
A former ninja in prison? Holy Shito! How can the judge believe this load of crock?
Clearly, you haven't been in court enough times.
Furthermore, in the art room where the crime supposedly occurred, this witness's script, along with an envelope on which "use" was written, were found. This proves that the accused's script had been rejected the day before the mock trial. She pressed the victim to use her script, an argument ensued, and then the fatal stabbing.
That makes perfect sense.
No, Athena, the heck it does not. It makes no sense whatsoever. First off, the argument that the script was rejected by Professor Core could be easily disproven by those viewing the mock trial. Second, when Clavier told us how he got Juniper's script, I assumed he snuck it off from the police. The police had the script. They had to have known that the script used in the mock trial was Juniper's script. Third, even if the script was rejected, you can't just claim that as a motive. You need sufficient proof of such mental instability to justify that. But what do I know? This game is set during the ever-so-present, but with a presence hardly felt, Dark Age of the law. Lastly, and I can't believe I'm asking this again, why did they need to give Juniper a motive? Remember older Race 30 games? Some defendants, like Maya Fey, Will Powers, Lotta Sky, Maggie Bird, Max Galactica, and Sister Iris, they didn't have a motive. They didn't need a motive. They were just put on trial because they were most likely to have done it. Same with Juniper in this case. You didn't need to establish a motive for the charges against her to make sense. One thing I will give this episode credit for, there was a much more plausible cause to believe her guilt here than in Turnabout Countdown.
How dare she? My script had it all. A bump rap and phony evidence, grudges and betrayals.
To be fair, Blackwell was the one who said Scuttlebutt's script was accepted. Scuttlebutt didn't actually say that herself, but trust me, it gets more confusing.
Don't sweat the details. That kind of stress will give you wrinkles.
Objection! I'm not worried. My skin is as fair as silk.
Objection!
Indeed, you are quite fair. Fairly desperate.
Oof, sick burn, brah.
It's only natural that my script would be accepted and hers rejected. I introduced all sorts of brand new concepts, including bribery and fake evidence. It was a cutting-edge script portraying a courtroom battle in the dark age of the law.
I can't help but feel that Prof Court went out of her way to not use it.
But Juniper... she used some devious, underhanded tactics to get her script chosen. That's why her script and not my masterpiece was used in a mock trial.
So was your script chosen or not?
A reporter's testimony throws attorney Athena Sykes for a loop. The perfect caption.
How marvelous! A photo in the newspaper is just the thing to boost your brand.
The judge is even encouraging not only illegal use of photography, but also third-rate tabloid material.
No. No!
Not another no. No way you're telling me Scuttlebutt was able to keep all that stuff in the box while holding it over her head.
Jeez, I wonder what the Twisted Samurai did to her.
Block off all the holes in her box? And spin her like a top while Detective Fulbright cackled in delight?
That sounds more nauseating than scary.
It also sounds like something I'd pay to see.
Hold it!
Huh. We don't usually have an interjection immediately after testimony.
When you squeak like a little brat, it agitates Taka. Do you want him to peck your eyes out?
All she said was that Scuttlebutt became a potential suspect after giving that testimony.
Well, there ends the cross-examination. Let's allow the witness to step down.
Huh? No, wait a minute!
The defense has no right to cross-examine the witness after that little spectacle. For whatever a man is sowing, this he will also reap.
Ugh. Why can't he say you reap what you sow?
Very well. If the cross-examination is over, I suppose the witness may go home.
What are you doing? This is precisely why the Dark Age of the Law is still underway at this very moment.
My third eye is always eyeing a scoop.
Do something about the flash photography!
Then I tripped and fell. Cut my knee in my own box.
She stayed under her box even while running after someone? Sounds difficult.
I guess Scuttlebutt hides under a box 24/7? That can't be allowed on school grounds, at least not the way she's doing it.
All right, Miss Sykes, you may cross-examine the witness.
That was 6 minutes. 6 minutes spent on a Segway. That could have been so much quicker. So not only did she have all that stuff in the box, but a whole freaking laptop too?
I was going to make the costume shimmer like that by painting the inside fluorescent.
What was that again? Fluoride? Did your costume have cavities?
That's the wrong... Never mind. An unceremonious cancellation? The heck does that mean?
But why would he put fluorescent paint on his hands for the mock trial, you may ask? The answer is he wouldn't. Not on purpose. It got there when he put the costume on.
Oh? That means... What again?
It means what I just said, Judge. Take some dementia pills.
When I walked by that frilly costume, I was like, whoa! The mannequin it was on! It was about to fall on me!
Mannequins don't just fall on people. Yeah, I haven't even started on the Moon Matrix, and already there's a vague point.
Like, I'm into that kind of thing. I'm a dude, and I need the braces.
You don't think Robin's actually got a thing for Junior's outfit, do you?
Of course, because he likes girly Okay, these next few sins are gonna be about the alternate dialogue in the 2024 version. I just think it's hilarious how much has changed from the original release, especially given our current global perspective.
The mannequin came falling towards me, so I stuck out my hand to stop it. End of story!
That's a new piece of information.
No, that thing about the costume falling on him and him catching it were already in the original testimony.
I don't like girly clothes, man!
Funny how, with all the dialogue changes about Robin liking girly clothes, the 2024 version actually kept this line in particular. Robin mentions his supposed gender twice, which, not gonna lie, sound like iffy indicators of the ultimate twist in the character.
No matter how much I dress up, I'll never be as pretty as Juniper!
Well, no offense, but his habit of shouting at the top of his lungs doesn't exactly help.
Not to mention, he's a guy, and a real hothead at that. Apollo's saying basically the same thing. What a weird lie to alter.
Out of control emotions! We saw those during the Ninetales incident.
And also during the trial of Shamu.
It seems that Robin is still hiding a secret. A big one.
Bigger than the fact he's secretly jealous of Juniper's looks?
Maybe even the fact he likes girly clothes. Yeah, I'm not letting that go.
I, for one, have never seen a girl who shouts like a maniac all the time.
I take it you haven't met enough girls? Phew, so my crazy guess was right. This character was female this whole time. Wonder what that does for the story. Also, can I technically call Robin the first transgender character in the series, though she didn't choose the male lifestyle herself?
I'm a girl, body and soul. If you don't believe me, I'll give you a P-E-E-K.
Flash teasing in a T-rated game. Wait, this game was originally rated M. Now I'm confused. Also, is this gonna be a new gag now that he is a she, spelling out words every now and then? Just go back to shouting. Oh, that's right! That tape recording belongs to a female, but we assumed it was Juniper because she was the only viable female suspect. But now we know about Robin Newman's true gender. Oh! That makes the reveal all the more worthwhile, doesn't it?
How can you say that? I'm not an accessory to any crime, Mr. Birdman.
Objection!
Birdman?
Note to self, associating Blackwell with Harvey Birdman, attorney at law, leaves him flustered because it's secretly one of his favorite shows.
Objection!
No soundbite for Ace Attorney Investigations duology. Nearly every character that said objection had a soundbite regardless of legal status. Why is this game where you drew the line?
Robin said, "Oh, the green sweatsuit."
S-U-R-E. I might have said that, but so what?
Well, think of it this way, Athena.
Yeah, which way exactly?
If I told you I'd be wearing a blue suit today, but then showed up wearing what I've got on now, what would you say?
Gee, thanks for making the contradiction so easy.
No!
Again with the no. Hugh still has that bow with him while testifying to the court. Are we gonna talk about that? That thing is a weapon.
Leave, and we just might discuss. You know what?
Hugh had a huge secret held over his head by Blackwell, and he didn't feel tortured enough to go through with testifying at first?
All the girls want to know about my private life.
What?
I will remind the defense this is a court of law, not a pickup spot.
It seems Miss Fancy Pants' lawyer is smitten with the witness.
When did you guys decide to get so immature?
You're a goner. You a goner. Hugh O'Connor. Hugh O'Connor? Wait a second!
His name! Could it be?
Your Honor, I want you to yell at the witness as if you're mad at him. But, and this is important, use his full name.
Okay, let's see. Hugh O'Connor!
Eh? What did I do to deserve that?
Hugh doesn't understand the concept of a test despite being a self-proclaimed genius.
The court will note that this is different from the selective hearing men are so good at.
I think you're right. But what was that last part again?
I'll tell you what that last part was. That's sexist.
Let's see here. Oh, it's a picture of the defendant and the victim.
And they're both smiling. Hard to believe it'd be followed up with murder.
The courts are not the play yards of little children dressed as lawyers. So before you break your back in failure, run along home and grow up.
Whoa, sick burn, brah.
Objection!
Oh, come on, Hugh. Share your voice through that objection.
Enough of this nonsense. This is a court of law, not the set of some high school drama.
Yeesh, no kidding. This just went from crazy to freaking insane.
But I felt completely helpless. If it weren't for their confessions, I'd...
But if this trial proceeds in the same manner and ends in the same way as the mock trial...
But it didn't. Sure, the verdict was halted, but not in the same manner.
Oh, can it wait? I just took a batch of freshly baked cookies on my magic fancies.
Out of your... No, I'm definitely not taking a break.
Apollo, you wait here. I need to see Junie at the detention center first, right away.
What's Athena telling Apollo to wait at the office for? He's her partner, is he not?
Juniper is seeking a lawyer who can clear all three of their names. Only I am capable of such a feat.
Yeah, because you're the murderer. But also, that leaves me concerned for Scuttlebutt. I mean, if it wasn't Juniper, Robin, or Hugh, Means would certainly blame Scuttlebutt. He may even attempt to use the same voice recording he fabricated to frame Juniper in order to frame Scuttlebutt. Hey, you know his moniker because he says it all the time.
What actually happened was I left the art room a little after 6 p.m. and headed over to my dressing room where I worked on my stage costume until 7.
That's it? You didn't go anywhere else?
No, nowhere else.
If that really were it, then there'd be no reason to lie in the first place. She's gotta be hiding something else.
That's a true premonition, but even if the premonition was in fact true, Juniper didn't need to lie about what she did that night. That whole thing with Hugh was probably going to come up anyway, regardless of whether she mentioned seeing him or not.
I took this picture at around 6, which was before I'd left the art room.
But the clock here says it's just after 7.
And you didn't notice while you were still in the art room?
I, Athena Sykes, along with Apollo Justice.
Well, wait a second! Don't drag my name into the—
We're going to discover the truth behind this murder mystery.
You know, you could always get the boss to help you out. It doesn't have to be Apollo just because he was your co-counsel today.
Prosecutor Gavin, what are you doing here? Don't you think sneaking on the campus like this is just slightly suspicious?
I'll have you know I'm continuing my investigation in the strictest of confidence.
Clavier was able to do this just fine yesterday, despite not being the prosecutor in charge, so really, Apollo didn't have to ask.
Okay, time for a thorough investigation. I bet we missed lots of stuff yesterday.
But first, we have some stuff to talk to Clavier about. Also, I should mention that as much as I enjoy Clavier's theme, it's not something I'd listen to for lengthy periods of time. Examples include any investigation scene where you have to talk to him, which is twice each in Turnabout Serenade, and this one. Dang it, now I wish I brought it up sooner. Thankfully, this is the last episode to feature Clavier for the time being, so no big.
As you can see right here in the stage plans, right here we have the statue of me, and right here her Wright statue. But little does that matter now, as we both lie in pieces thanks to you, Hair Forehead.
Where did that come from? I have a few things to say about the broken statue pieces. First off, in total, you pick up 3 purple fragments and 2 white fragments. You don't need me to tell you that's not nearly enough fragments to be able to fix the statues as seen in this game. Second, why are we adding the fragments we find to the court record? Just do the dialogue and go. No need to add them as evidence. Third, since when have Apollo, Athena, or even Clavier been sculptors to this degree? Wouldn't it make more sense if Robin was nearby? Maybe she could help with putting everything together. But instead, she's in the lecture hall checking on something. We'll figure out what that is after we're done with the statue business, getting photos from Scuttlebutt, and checking the art room. For now, let's have the characters that are here overstep their sculpting experience and put together a full-fledged Clavier statue. Wait, no, bullcrap. We found 2 white fragments when we were checking out the stage. 1, 2, not 3. This statue was apparently all put together by Athena, but no way, dude. Nothing at all about her screamed sculptor. This is jumping the shark, and I'm just gonna leave it there because I've seen crazier things happen in this franchise.
Ah, it's the goddess of law, holding a pair of scales in one hand and a sword in the other.
I don't know why you didn't just call her Themis right there. That's what she is in Greek mythology, goddess of law. In fact, this law school was named after her. Oh, that's why. It's not Themis, it's Lady Justice, which pretty much holds the same concept. Oh, I'm so silly. Also, shouldn't Lady Justice be wearing a blindfold? Even in Ace Attorney Investigations 2, the statue of Lady Justice had a blindfold.
Detective Fulbright! Can you lower that banner from there?
Of course! Just leave it to me! How's that?
How tiring would it be, really, to turn a crank or whatever to lower a banner on a line? Because I can't imagine it being that taxing.
Well, looks like the banner's down now. She'll take a look.
Great! Thanks for making me click on the banner just to take a look.
Looks like some kind of note. What does it say?
Athena, I'm pretty sure you can read. Besides, you were the one who caught the note. Why don't you read it?
A test score, maybe? Pretty impressive when you consider that 100 is a perfect score.
I don't see how even Hugh can get beyond a perfect.
Maybe those other 20 points are just extra credit. Then I had to click the banner again just to learn more, and take a look at that dark stain I was already paying attention to before the note flew out. Thanks!
It's hard to see against the red material, but look.
It's not that hard to see, especially not in the pop-up image. Why does the game have me examine the statue again before moving on?
Phew, that was a whole lot of poking around in such a short time.
Does that mean you're satisfied?
Actually, there was one more thing I wanted to check out.
This one thing that the game does automatically instead of having me examine it myself. Remember how much more interactive Ace Attorney used to feel?
I think I'll hang around here for a while, but make sure to tell me once you find it, yeah?
Find what?
What else? The governess banners that disappeared from the stage.
The pronoun game, my favorite.
That bollocks! It just took off running.
I have a pretty good idea who that is, as I suspect you do too.
Is a pretty good idea all you have?
Come on! We can't afford to have any weird articles written about us.
Too late, Athena. The internet sure is a magical place.
Come to think of it, calling her a failure as a reporter might have been a bit extreme.
You approve of that, Rose, don't you? It's written all over your face.
Don't look at me. I just happened to find it in the incinerator.
Incinerator? Did Blackwell actually make good on his threat to burn her box?
Must be a pretty big incinerator for a school to have.
Don't worry, Miriam. Your photos may be gone, but the memory of your photographic genius will live on forever in all of our hearts.
Ugh, Athena, that was cringeworthy.
Do people usually spell cringeworthy with a hyphen? Also, Apollo Justice would be amazing at CinemaSins.
You want in on their little trio.
How could you possibly know that?
For one thing, if you pause the footage at the right time while the laptop drops from a box, you can catch a glimpse of this, an image of Hugh, Juniper, and Robin together, and a poorly photoshopped scuttlebutt in the canvas as a wallpaper.
My laptop won't turn on. Never thought my life would end so soon. A mere 17 years.
Is the point of the laptop breaking so Athena could further sympathize with Scuttlebutt? I thought she was doing that plenty already.
It's not like I owe you anything, but here.
Animation says she's giving back the same theme as Herald paper you returned to her. Story says she's giving you photographs.
Ugh, but I actually do believe the voice is shouting Q O'Connor.
Ah, that's a false lead we're looking at, right?
Athena, what do you say we head over to the art room? Might be a nice change of pace. Hopefully the police have completed their investigation.
All right, we don't really have much time left anyway.
We have so little time, in fact, that the game just automatically takes me to the art room. Seriously, why is half of this stuff automatic?
Don't waste your time. I've checked it, and it's 100% accurate.
You sure? How'd you check it?
Of course I'm sure. I compared it to my own watch. See?
Detective Fulbright, didn't you notice that your watch had stopped?
There's Clueless, and then there's Detective Fulbright.
This clock must have also been an hour ahead when this photo was taken.
Why the heck was the clock an hour ahead before the murder was even committed? Daylight savings isn't over yet. Was Professor Means really planning that far ahead in order to kill Court and frame Juniper for the crime?
Wait, just 1 minute. The clock is an hour ahead right now, sure. But what proof do you have that it was running ahead on the day of the crime?
Boy, that issue sounds familiar, doesn't it? Also, just one look out the window and comparing it to the photo should immediately tell you that some bullcrap is taking place. Out the window on the same wall as the clock, you can see another building, not the night sky for some reason. Speaking of the night sky, the police should really bring in some astronomers for events like this, because looky here. On October 23rd, 2027, the moon in the sky would be a waning crescent moon, not a waxing crescent like what's depicted on the backdrop. Another thing an astronomer could tell you is that moon is more like a Bruce Almighty moon. Come on!
Oof! Then what's this moon doing here?
I wonder.
Thanks, game, I would never have figured it out on my own.
The prosecution claims that this is the script that was supposed to have been used.
But the scripts were selected by Prof. Court, considering by how much she valued the truth. I seriously doubt she'd pick a script entitled Crimson Blood and Dark Judgment.
This only leaves me with two questions. First off, Scuttlebutt is in the judge course even if she followed Professor Means' moniker. If she knows Professor Court well enough, there's no reason at all for her to believe she'd accept a script like this. Second, you'd think the police would take her personality into account before trying to force a motive onto the defendant.
Professor Means is a wonderful teacher, as was Professor Court. I like them B-O-T-H.
How can you say that with a straight face if their monikers are polar opposites? And why was nothing done about that sooner? Even the game loves Professor Means' moniker.
Hey, what's the deal here? Why is Junie so large in this shot?
Athena doesn't know perspective.
And the only one who'd benefit from faking the voice recording would be Hugh.
But that doesn't make any sense. I mean, Hugh confessed in order to protect me.
Yeah, after you and Robin both confessed individually, what do you think would have happened if Hugh just kept his mouth shut?
You don't really think the person who was taking the bribe money was...
It's just a possibility at this point, but it may indeed have been Prof. Court.
Dang it, now it lends credence to the prosecution's argument that it was Scuttlebutt's script that was chosen and not Juniper's.
His hands were dripping with blood!
His hands were dripping with blood.
I heard you the first time, Juniper, through voice acting.
Now, about the school camera photo that was submitted yesterday.
A pity, but that evidence is no longer relevant to this case. The art room clock runs fast. It cannot function as an accurate measure of time. As for the bungling detective who overlooked that, he is paying for his failure as we speak.
For starters, he's getting a new watch. With his own money!
And although there was nary a scratch to the body aside from the fatal wound, that too was per the script. A high jump mat was employed to cushion the fall. Then, a ball cart was used to haul the body over to the stage.
I better hurry up and ask before I forget. This all sounds like conjecture. Did they actually use luminol to check the mat and car for blood? That's what they did for the art room, isn't it?
Our client is the student council president. What's wrong with her taking it upon herself to put the mat away after they'd used it?
Objection!
Oh, there is plenty wrong. There is but one mat in the entire school that could cushion a fall from such lofty heights. Ergo, the mat in question was indispensable to moving the body.
That's not exactly as decisive as you're making it sound.
What? Are you telling me you, Mr. Genius, forgot something as literally as big as that?
There are two kinds of memory lapses. The normal kind you mouth breathers have, and the genius level lapses of memory that people like me have.
What's the difference exactly?
No way! This crane right here? But I don't remember seeing a crane there on the day of the mock trial.
Who the heck cares? It's not like cranes just stay in one place all the time.
Mr. O'Connor's neck is almost entirely concealed by his tall collar. But that's exactly why I believe this warrants further examination.
No, not a chance! That would be a blatant violation of my privacy.
What is it with people using this as an excuse just to avoid any secrets being leaked? It's just an examination in a court of law.
But when you factor in all of the required tests and apprenticeship period, wouldn't you have to be at least 20 to have a license for operating a crane?
Oh, about that. You see, I'm a genius, so you know.
Objection!
Let us dispense with this inane charade, Golden Boy.
Hold it! No, Prosecutor Blackquill, please don't!
High school seniors are 19 at most, thus they fail to complete the requirements.
Don't you mean 18 at most? I'm not denying a high school senior could be 19, but 18 is generally the max.
There are two kinds of 7-year breaks. The ordinary kind you mouth breathers take, and the genius kind people like me take.
He's still trying to call himself a genius? If anything, the 7-year break he took is the ordinary kind taken by mouth breathers like himself.
I can use a bow and arrow one-handed.
I wouldn't recommend doing that in the courtroom, though.
What's wrong with your face, Athena? It's a weird mix of terror and a creepy grin.
Look at yourself in the mirror every time you smile while front-facing me.
How could anyone lower it without just dropping it? It's not like it could fly. Or maybe it could. After all, there is a way to zip between the art room and the stage.
Is it too much to ask to just let me figure it out myself?
The key here is the thing that ties the art room and the stage together.
Might I propose an idea? It might do you well to tie your lips together, lest you further expose your ignorance.
I have a better idea. How about you tie your lips together until I'm finished explaining the presentation of the school banner?
Did the police check to see from whom the blood on the pottery came from?
Shame on you, Sykes Dono. Have a little more respect for the constabulary.
I'd remove a sin from this, except are the police really that negligent to not verify the bloodstains? It's not like you're in a hurry to wrap this up, right?
Miss Scuttlebutts. But didn't the prosecution already claim that this envelope is the one that contained her script?
Circumstances have changed. You see, Golden Boy had hidden this from us all.
Okay, but you still shouldn't have believed it was Scuttlebutt's script that was chosen for the mock trial, you lunatic!
Indeed. You can clearly see that if this envelope is not opened correctly, a powerful spring-loaded blade will shoot forth, leaving a horrible gash upon the hand. The only one who had been told of the correct way to open it was Constance Court.
Just think, the prosecution had to believe Scuttlebutt's script was chosen. Granted, they didn't know about the envelope, but this is ludicrous.
There was no body on that stage. I've been lying about that this whole time.
But why were you lying about that? Any particular reason at all? Is the game gonna talk about that at all?
No!
No.
Now then, let's pretend that never happened and move on to my verdict.
Hold it! You people don't believe me.
What exactly is this reaction? The first thing he said in the testimony was,
You won't believe this, but I used a body double.
You won't believe this. Those were his words. So why was he so surprised when he hears we don't believe it?
Besides, don't you guys have that weird device for testimonies like this?
Objection! Widget's not a weird device, and I don't waste him on ridiculous testimonies!
So much for calling him insane.
Yar, the prosecutor said rubbish. We will be at a stroll, then left with Detective Fulbright, he did.
You know your testimony is bad when the prosecutor just walks out. Not to mention, it's a prosecutor who's been serving 7 years for a murder he didn't commit. But if he's with a police detective, it's fine.
You can't be serious. Do you really expect us to believe you had a body double?
Yes, I do. But if you think I didn't, then prove it.
Or maybe you can prove you did have a body double?
I detected a powerful sadness and fear right after you said this part. It's as if you said something you shouldn't have.
What's wrong with you? You shouldn't reveal a person's inner feelings for all to see.
Don't you mean here?
Yeah.
Ah! He broke out of his shackles again!
I don't want to be the poor counted down at the detention center.
Imagine just how many shackles you had to replace just for this one inmate who kept breaking them at the prosecutor's bench.
And to think, I should have known better than to doubt my best friends.
Dang it, I was about to remove Sins from this if it weren't for that scream. Urgh, way to kill the friggin' mood!
Your Honor, the defense moves to call Prof. Aristotle Means to the stand.
Silence!
The seat was never empty. 'Twas but an oversight by a dullard of a witness.
Does he really believe that, or does he just want the conviction?
Wake me up once this is over.
Hey, no fair.
You're getting drowsy from the speech, too.
Ah, you fair. Wake up. Pay attention.
Any particular reason for Means to have said that in his recording, other than for the plot to give our hero something to latch on to?
That is about it. One of my better speeches, if I do say so myself. I even saw some of our students with tears in their eyes.
So, do you think people like your speech or not? You even recorded in your message telling someone to wake up.
It was a little over 10 minutes, but I doubt anyone wants to be tortured again.
It was only a little over 10 minutes? It felt like it went on forever.
How'd you figure out how long it was?
Are you kidding? Even I would have figured it out. Apparently, the speech went for 10 minutes and 35 seconds, which is the amount of time overdubbed on the cassette tape. But Juniper didn't shout "You're a goner" at the 20:35 mark. It was at 32:14. So what's going on with the analysis of the tape?
Now, in the defense of justice, order, and all that is good, the end justifies the means.
I'm so sick of hearing that phrase.
Even the game wants him to stop.
Objection!
Means doesn't get his own objection soundbite either?
You dare call my teachings and methods lies?
Yeah. By definition, that's what they are. Where'd this chalkboard come from? And is Means trying to bring back the Mohawk look? Well, you can forget about that.
Ow!
Someone do something about throwing stuff in the courtroom!
Very good, Bobby. You just earned a gold star and a promotion to head disciplinarian.
For electrocuting Blackwell after he was just told to leave the classroom?
I thought my parents would let me be an artist if I said I made both statues myself.
So that's why you told me you made both statues yourself. Wait, no, that still doesn't make sense. You can be honest with me. I guess the writing on the chalkboard just magically formed. But also, now he admits it's a courtroom, not a classroom? See? It happened again. Magic! Oh, trust me, nothing wrong with a non-guilty verdict, just as long as it goes to Juniper and not... well, you.
It seems our young lady has a real bona fide idea. But I'll use any means necessary, even casting stones, if it'll distract her.
That's pretty much the same thing as confessing to the crime yourself, don't you think?
So that banner absorbed the blood like a dishcloth. Yes, that would explain it.
The Gavineers' banner was like a dishcloth? Surely it was at least towel quality.
I'm with Apollo on this one. I'd have compared the Gaviner's banner to a towel if I were to suggest it soaked up the blood.
All that was needed was something that could transport the blood upstairs. And that something was... a piece of evidence we've just finished discussing.
Gee, thanks for making me do something extra. I am so sick of that flashback! The bright, cheery, dark age of the law. Bright and dark are not worse. They go together, you devil's advocate! He's not even trying to be subtle anymore, if ever he was! Wow, what a pretentious a-hole.
Well, what do you think, everyone? Do I look just like a statue of Mr. Wright or what?
Looks like some random person to me.
Weren't the statues a pair of busts?
What? No, they weren't just busts, it's the whole body!
Apollo, tie me up in a new pose. Wait, you're not into this kind of thing, are you?
He totally is. Hands behind her head to reflect Phoenix's spiky hair, but where is rope? I don't see any cord or some such tying her wrists together. Obviously, Professor Means was close to Manfred von Karma before the two separately became lawyer and prosecutor. Everyone fails except me. I guess he must be a perfectionist too.
Staff, this is the spear of a great legal warrior.
Way to confess to what the weapon was. Also, now that we see the staff being held by Athena, what part of the staff specifically screams spear? I don't see any sharp points. Is there a secret to how it becomes a spear? Like how the Yatagarasu's key is also a knife in disguise and vice versa?
To prove that a spear was thrust into the victim, all I have to do is...
The only thing on this list that can shed any light on whether or not the murder weapon was thrust into the victim.
Your Honor, a brief recess, if you will. By any means possible. What if I get rid of my spear? Wait, what if I burn it? If I do that, I'll be found innocent. Yes, I'm innocent, I tell you.
How does this guy keep confessing to his crime without giving a direct confession to his crime? If the end really justified the means, why are you revealing your means of deception for the entire court to hear? This is why your moniker is stupid! What happened to make his teeth shatter the way they did?
Can I ask what the professor's motive was?
Why are we going through the whole motive right now? We already know the means did it, which in turn means Juniper didn't do it. Can't we just get to the verdict already?
I wish you all the best on your road to becoming a courtroom judge.
Or a lawyer, or a prosecutor. Just saying.
And at the detention center, where your smile gave me hope when there was none. It was like the warm rays of the sun shining down on peaceful woodlands. I think you're an absolutely amazing person.
Thanks, Juniper. That means a lot to me.
Yup, she totally has a crush on Apollo.
Achtung, baby. It's time for the guitar serenade.
Whatever happened to never playing that song again? It's not even the same melody. You changed it up a lot.
And so, after some slight arm twisting, Apollo promised to bring me to meet his friend.
And he sure had one heck of a way to fulfill that promise. You want to meet Apollo's best friend? Let me introduce you to his corpse.
Mr. Newman was surprised by Mr. Newman was surprised by what Mr. Newman was surprised by what God, he shot the arrow into the victim before my client even got there. What the f***? I did that in one take? You've got to be kidding me. One take? I struggle with municipal, and I do all that. One. God. Well, no offense, but his habit of shouting at the top of his lungs doesn't exactly help. Yeah. Ironic you are saying that, Apollo. Or maybe I'm saying it. Why is Apollo saying this? He's the one that shouts everything. Come on. Well, think of it this way, Athena. Athena? What the f*** was that? If I told you I'd be wearing a blue suit today, but then showed up wearing lost it, words. If I told you I'd be wearing a blue suit today, but then showed up wearing what I've got on now, what would you say? That one felt better than usual. I think you're right. But what was that last part again? What the f*** was the telegram? Come on! That was a good take! Oh. Prosecutor Gavin, what are you doing here? Oh, telegram! Prosecutor Gavin, what are you doing here? Don't you think sneaking on a campus like... I have the good takes, and then they're interrupted. And then when I finally get into it, and nothing interrupts me, I f***ing messed up! Oh! Don't you think sneaking on a campus like this is just slightly suspicious? Finally, I think that was good. Okay. Telegram, you're not gonna... Okay, good. That bollocks! It just took off running. Oh, look. Just a box. Come to think of it, calling her a failure... Come to think of it, calling her a failure... The prosecution claims this is the script that was supposed to have been... Damn it. The prosecution claims... Oh God, what was that? What was that stuck in my... The prosecution claims this is a script that was... Focus. Focus, Volt. Focus. Focus. The prosecution claims... the frog in my throat's coming out. The prosecution claims this is a script. This is the script. This is the script. This is the script. The prosecution claims this is the script that was Why is this one the hard one to say? The prosecution claims this is the script that was supposed to have been used. The prosecution claims this is the script that was supposed to have been used. No! Oh, I'm saying it too fast. I'm saying it too fast. I'm trying to... The prosecution claims that this is the script that was supposed to have been used. I think I did it. Whew. Hope you enjoyed those bloopers. Holy God. What's wrong with your face, Athena? It's a weird mix of terror and... No! Not again! Telegram! Off! God! Oh, why is it always on the good takes? Why is it always on the damn good... Pain! You can't be serious. Do you really expect us to believe you had a body double? Oh, I like that one. The Gavineers banner was like a dishcloth. Surely it was at least a towel cloth. The Gavineers. The Gavineers. I am way too silly for this. Holy f***.
Mr. Wright brought us along, hoping we'd learn something from the experience, not this experience. You won't be seeing it again. Trucy used it for the old, not her old. Where's my... It's timing. Keep losing my spot. There it is. Must have been a That is not... Must have been a big pain in the... I mean, that must have been a... That is... Oh my gosh, I didn't want to say anything, but Apollo and I already agreed to take her case. Blah, 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 blah. I didn't want to say anything, but Apollo and I already agreed to take her case. What is the way I'm supposed to say this line? No! Is that weird? Was that a weird no? No! Is that better? That makes perfect sense. What now? Oh wait, I don't say what now. Never mind. Your Honor, I want you to yell at the witness as if you're mad at him. But, and this is the important part, that is not the line. Apollo, you wait here. I need to see Junie at the detention center. Apollo, you wait here. I need to see Junie at the detention center. Alright, let's do that one more time. Apollo, you wait here. I need to see Junie at the detention center first right away. No, I did not emphasize the right words there. Okay, one more time. Apollo, you wait here. I need to see Junie at the detention center first right away. The detention center. I can't say detention center. Okay, uno más. But the scripts are selected by Prof. Court. I said that wrong. Our client is the student council president. What's wrong with her taking it upon herself to move to put the mat away? Not our client is the student council president. What's wrong with her taking it upon herself to put the mat away? What? Are you telling me you, Mr. Genius, forgot something as literally as big as that? As big as that? Widget's not a weird device, and I don't waste him on ridiculous... Well, what do you think, everyone? Do I look like... Apollo, tie me up in a new pose. Wait, you're not into this kind of thing, are you? Justice Sykes, let's go.
Spoiler for a later video, but...
The way I found out that my Miriam voice can, stop hurting is if it's hurting a bit too much.
I go to normal, and then the voice just stops hurting anymore, and I get free pass, and I can just keep speaking freely.
And then I get to go back to Miriam. You've got it all wrong. Another step. But Juniper, she used some devious, underhanded tactics. I got a Discord notification. That's why her script and not my masterpiece was used in a mock trial.
I get the feeling each time I do this voice, I'm becoming more and more sad Anna. You know, the...
I wanna go home. I don't like this party. I'm allergic to people.
You see, Golden Boy had hidden this from us. Oh, there was an extra word there. I just happened to miss it. I'm a little brain damaged. Fulbright, bring me my lobotomy.
Yeah, ooh. Oh, look at the way I snap my fingers, baby. Oh, yeah. Doesn't it look so cool? Oh, aren't I just so sexy doing this? I'm the most glamorous fop you've ever seen, baby. Ah, yeah. I'm not actually snapping to the tune of anything. I just like to do it. Ah, yeah. This is the most cursed thing I will ever record. 9 hair forehead. Is that Saw, man? Really? Yeah, okay. I'll have you know. I'll think I hand. It's my favorite game ever, the spitting game. What else? The governor. I hope that doesn't. That's not on. I hope that's not too loud for your ears. Let me try that again. What else? The governor's banners have disappeared from the stage, you silly, cute little man. There, I just gave everybody free Klapalo content, so Do with that what you will, okay? Yeah, kisses, love, bye. The prosecutor said rubbish. We will be out on a stroll, then left with Detective Fulbright. The prosecutor said rubbish. We will be out on a stroll, then left with Detective Fulbright. The prosecutor said rubbish. We will be out on a stroll, then left with Detective Fulbright.
The prosecutor said rubbish. We'll be out on a stroll, then left with Detective Fulbright. The prosecutor said rubbish. We will be out on a stroll, then...
Excuse me.
The prosecutor said rubbish. We will be out on a stroll, then left with Detective Fulbright, he did.
Prepena apoidexometin avoid... Dang it. Let me try that again. Prepena apodexometin avoita tis mecafedinato meso, oscopos agazeita mesa. We must prove her innocence by any means necessary. Fien justifies the means.